Hey guys, and welcome back to another exciting vlog of Calibrated Gamer. Today we're going to be a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more quiet, although I am going to get a little excited as I talk today about the Nintendo Switch and why it makes games better, even if maybe not graphically or performance-wise, depending on the game you're playing. So I haven't had enough time to just sit down and record more videos, and I actually have the rest of Super Mario Odyssey recorded as far as the rest of the basic game. I can record more episodes after that once I graduate, but I'm graduating soon, which is amazing because up until now I was actually kind of concerned about a class preventing me from graduating, but it looks like I've got everything taken care of, that I'm going to be doing just fine. I have an additional 2 weeks added to my year as far as I'm going to take what's called a Maymester as an extra class to take care of a class I was having trouble in. But once that is done, I am officially graduated. I'm so excited because that means I will have more time to record YouTube videos. I will hopefully be able to put my gaming computer together finally, and I'm just super excited for what all that means for the channel. I cannot wait, guys. You have no idea how excited I am. That being said, there is actually a reason why you can see a fast let's play basically of Stardew Valley in the background. During my free time, what little bit of free time here and there that I've had, and I say a little bit, over the last 2 weeks, I have been playing my Nintendo Switch nonstop, and more importantly, I've been playing Stardew Valley on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I didn't plan on buying it on the Switch at first, however, I recently heard that there's going to be a multiplayer mod coming out or not multiplayer mod, but a multiplayer DLC, an update, that is going to be totally free. It's going to allow anyone that owns the Stardew Valley game on the PC, Switch, etc. to be able to play 2-player co-op on their farm. And I love trying to get 2-player games for me and Mary to play on the Switch. So I immediately bought Stardew Valley. I'm like, heck yeah, I can't wait for this to come out. Well, I started playing it again, starting a new game, just trying to get back into the hang of it, trying to practice it, because Stardew Valley has been one of the most requested series that I go back to, at least via the poll that I put out a while ago. I'm not sure if people actually plan on watching it, but hopefully they do, because it's a really fun series. But anyway, the point is I never thought about, I knew Stardew Valley was an amazing game, and I love Stardew Valley. But playing it on the Switch reminded me why the Nintendo Switch is such an amazing console. Honestly, it is not the first portable console with its kind of power. I mean, we have the PSP, had a decent amount of power. The PlayStation Vita might even have more power than the Nintendo Switch does as a portable console. But the fact of the matter is that it has that portability. It has that sleep mode, which honestly is going to be a huge part of this video, surprisingly enough, as well as it is an actual home console. So, like, I'll watch my roommate Christian play on his PlayStation 4, playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, that sort of thing, and that's wonderful. That's awesome. I love the PlayStation 4. I love PlayStations. My brother owns a PlayStation 4, and he traded in my PlayStation 3 to get it, or our PlayStation 3 to get it, so I have nothing against the other consoles. PlayStation, PC, I've never been an Xbox person, but I still use the Xbox controllers for computer gaming, so there's that. The Nintendo Switch makes games better, or at least easier access to the games. I actually recognized this not with Stardew Valley originally, I actually recognized this at first with Rayman Legends. Now, Rayman Legends is another awesome game. For those of you who don't know, it's a game based off of the Rayman series, which came out like when I was a kid, or even before that, on the Game Boys, Game Boy Advance, etc. That later became the Rayman Raving Rabbids series, which that unfortunately became the Raving Rabbids series because they kind of dropped Rayman from that. And then from there, the game kind of came back as Rayman Origins, I believe, and then Rayman Legends. And it is an awesome game. I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun one player. However, I more recommend it for 2-player, 3-player, 4-player co-op because it's like the Super Mario Brothers games that allow that as far as it gets crazy. But even more so crazier than that because the Super Mario Brothers games still have some of that rigidness that comes with like precision platforming, while Rayman is very smooth. Everything flows, and like there's a rhythm to it, and it's like it's more like dancing from level to level than it is like, you know, hop skipping and jumping and, you know, smacking your friends with punches and kicks and like screwing them over. It's so much fun. I highly recommend it. That being said, and I've got to stop saying that being said because I already pointed out in a recent video that I say it too often. I pick up phrases and then I say them too often, and then I realize them and then I cut them out and then I pick up a new phrase. That's just kind of a thing I do. So that being said, that's the thing you said. The point is that with the Nintendo Switch, it allowed me to love this game like I didn't before. I really enjoyed the game. It's a lot of fun, but when I owned it on PC, there was a disconnect from it. If I ever wanted to play it, and this isn't the case for everyone, you know, I know a lot of people have easy access to the computers. Maybe you have a tower at home that's like just sitting at your desk and you load it up and you're good to go. And that's wonderful. But for me, it's on my laptop, and more specifically, the game is actually on my external hard drive that I have to have plugged into an outlet and then plugged up to the computer, and then my computer has to be plugged in, etc. It's a whole mess, and that's what I have to deal with every time I record as well. Kedekris, and I couldn't possibly tell you the episode that he talks about it in. He talks about in one of his episodes, probably one of the episodes of his unpopular gaming opinion, something, maybe, I'm not quite sure. He talks about how he loves having a console compared to PC gaming because it allows him, because his computer is his workstation. He records and edits and etc. all at his computer. And then for him to step away and play a console, it allows him to separate that work from play. And I 100% fully understand what he's talking about, because it is so much fun to record these Let's Plays for you. And I even love editing them from time to time. I mean, it is a pain in the butt sometimes, and sometimes it's super time consuming. But for the most part, making this channel is my favorite thing in the world. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't my favorite hobby and if it didn't mean so much to me. But, that being said, gotta figure out something else to say. Having the Nintendo Switch to play those games and having it being disconnected from my computer just means the world to me. To be able to, not only... It's not even like sitting down in front of a TV and playing it. I literally just pop it out of its stand, lay in my bed, and play games. And that just sounds like the epitome of laziness for gaming, and that's because it is, and it is amazing. But more importantly, besides that disconnect from having to plug up my laptop, plug up my hard drive, load it up, play it, etc., I never once played Rayman Legends on my PC, on Steam. I played it a little bit, maybe. I don't even remember if I did or not, because it was a good game, but by myself, it wasn't a good enough game for me to warrant loading it up. I had so many other games that were better for long-term playing, which when I loaded up my computer to actually play games for my own fun and amusement, which doesn't happen very often, usually it's for more of a long-term game, like, for example, Minecraft or something like that. Something that I can play for a very long period of time and not get bored with. Rayman Legends, it's not necessarily that I got bored with it, but the problem is, one-player mode, it's just not as fun in long bursts as it is with two-player mode. But with the Switch, I can negate that with its portability and with its sleep mode. All of a sudden, instead of being stuck in one location, trying to play this game, trying to, make it fun, the Switch makes all my issues with playing the game just disappear. It's portable, so I can take it literally with me anywhere I want. Instead of having to sit in one place and play it, I would ride with people in car rides to go get food, or I would play it while walking across my college campus. I could do other things while doing that, and that's really important to me, to do some of that multitasking, because I almost can't enjoy myself nowadays if I'm just playing a game. Because even today, when I recorded this Stardew Valley footage, Mary called me and she was like, "Oh, you're playing Stardew Valley again." She laughed and she's like, "That must be fun." And I'm like, "Actually, no, I'm kind of stressed out because I'm not saying anything while playing it, and I feel like I should be recording a Let's Play. I feel bad that I'm taking the time to record this footage and I'm not taking the time to record an official Let's Play video, even though technically it is for the vlog video and that's still for my YouTube channel." But for some reason there was that disconnect there. But playing it on the Switch not only is more fun, because I do have that disconnect, but the portability is wonderful, as well as the sleep mode. Oh my god, the sleep mode. These chocodiles, Stan, oh my god, these chocodiles. Like, you don't understand how wonderful and blessed that sleep mode is. So for those of you who may know or do not know, Stardew Valley, and this is kind of reason why earlier I mentioned Kid Icarus. I don't come all over the place, that's the point of the vlogs. The reason I mentioned Kid Icarus was because Caddy, in case you don't know, is a hilarious YouTuber. I highly recommend you clicking the link in the description down below, if I have it, to check out his YouTube videos. In a video he made somewhat recently, I believe, it may not have been super recent, he talked about Enter the Gungeon, and it was a review of it, and I watched it like today. And he talks about how Enter the Gungeon is a lot of fun on the PlayStation and a lot of fun on the computer, but by playing it on the Switch, he was able to enjoy it so much more. The Switch didn't allow the same performance that the PlayStation and the PC allowed, and yet he enjoyed enough on the Switch version that he played the game 40 plus hours, and that he completed every main character's storyline at least once. I do want to point out that with my Stardew Valley game, I have clocked in about 46 hours within the last week or so, last 2 weeks. Almost 2 full days worth of Stardew Valley. I have completed the first year and then some in Stardew Valley. I have basically leveled up all the things that are to level up. I've unlocked just so many things. I've learned so much from my Stardew Valley series. Not because I was doing it for YouTube, literally because I couldn't put the game down because it made it so much simpler. And the reason, once again, going back to it, that I mentioned the Kid Icarus thing, and the reason he mentioned that it was better on the Switch, or at least that he enjoyed the Switch version, was the sleep mode. So in a game like that, in a game like Stardew Valley, usually if you want to save your progress, you have to reach a certain point. On Enter the Gungeon, you have to complete a floor before you can save. So usually the completing a floor takes a while, and there are certain games that have this issue. I remember when I played on the Wii, the Blob had a huge issue with this, and it made it to where the game was unplayable for me. Where every level, jumping onto another tangent, if you know The Blob was a game that came out on the Wii, super fun game, allowed your little blobby character to pick up different paint colors and paint the world to save the chromiums or whatever the heck they were called. Super fun game, and I loved it, but every level was about 45 minutes long. And there were checkpoints as far as if you died, you'd be respawned at a certain point, that sort of thing. But if you wanted to put the game down, you would have to let your console stay on. You'd have to pause it and just come back later. You couldn't turn it off, because if you didn't complete that level, then you'd have to start that level entirely over. And that kind of ruined the game for me. I played a whole lot of it, and there are times that I can put that amount of time into a game. But knowing that I can pick up a game and literally put it down at any time with no issue whatsoever is wonderful. With the Switch on Stardew Valley, the time that I need to complete every day is not as long. It's not 45 minutes, but it is a long time depending on what all I plan to do during the day. And I don't even know off the top of my head how long the average Stardew Valley day is, or how long the day is as far as the timer goes. Thank you for that information on the screen. But you see that, and that's not super long to play in one session. But the thing is, if you don't complete that day, the game doesn't save. You can't save halfway through a day. So you either run to bed and go ahead and end the day prematurely so you can save, or you cut your losses, you cancel that day out and start that day over the next time you play. With the Switch, I can literally put it in sleep mode, put it down, and spend days doing whatever the heck else I want, pick it up, and I'm right back exactly where I left off. Even cooler, my Switch died when I was playing one of my days, and I thought it did at least. It went completely black and I couldn't turn it on, and I freaked out and I ran in and grabbed my charger, which, by the way, I don't even use the dock charging station. I have I have a Google Pixel 2 that surprisingly enough was given to me by a very close friend. And this Google Pixel 2 has a micro USB, it's a USB-C charger cord, I believe is what it is. Either way, whatever the charger cord is for it, it works with my Nintendo Switch. So I don't even have to put it in the gosh dang docking station if I want to charge it. I literally just plug it up to my phone charger. It's plugged up to my phone charger right now. I'm looking at it across the way. It is plugged up to my phone charger, and that is how I charge it. So I can literally lay in my bed and play it, and like it never dies. Like I let it die because I was being an idiot. So I plug it in and I turn it on, and it was still in gosh dang sleep mode. It just went into an emergency power mode just so I wouldn't lose my save data. I've never ever had a console do that. I don't know like how well the Vita is with that sort of thing. I don't know how well the PSP is with that sort of thing. But the fact that I can do all that and then still plug it up into a dock and play it on the big screen with better graphics whenever I want, like, that is awesome. That is so cool. This is by far my favorite console to date. I also wanted to point out real quick, in case that wasn't enough to convince you that the Nintendo Switch is an awesome console, I found some facts on Kotaku that I actually found these facts a while ago, but they've been updated since then. Basically, the Wii U has sold about 13.56 million units in its entire lifetime. And people, when the Wii U came out, enjoyed it. They liked it. I never got it. Not because I didn't think it was good enough, just because I didn't have the money. I was like, well, it's too soon. I already have the Wii. Like, I'm just going to wait, whatever. And I'm glad I did, because with that 13.5 million units that it sold in its lifetime, the Switch has already sold 17.8 million units. It has already sold like 4 million more units of the Switch in the short period of time, in the year that it's been out, compared to the entire lifespan of the Wii U. It has already far surpassed it. And I mean, like, Super Mario Odyssey has sold 10.4 million copies. Mario 8 Deluxe has sold 9.2 million copies. Breath of the Wild is officially the best-selling Zelda game of all time with 8.4 million copies, which, by the way, I have not gotten Breath of the Wild yet. If any of you guys want to donate money so I can get that, I don't mind, because I would love to play that, and more importantly, I would love to make a series of that, just saying. Or if you want to donate the money so I can get a capture card so I can more frequently record games like that, since I'm borrowing William's capture card at the time, that would also be cool. Anyway, don't do that. Also, Splatoon 2 has officially sold the same amount of copies as Splatoon 1, or at least it did back in January. Right now, Splatoon 2 has hit 6.2 million copies, while Splatoon 1 is about at the 5 million mark. So Splatoon 2 for the Switch has actually sold more than the original, like, amazing cult classic, and that is pretty gosh dang cool. Now, the price is a little much for a lot of people. That was one of Caddy's points in a different video. And I'm not trying, this video isn't about Caddy, it's just that he was the inspiration for me making this vlog, because I had no idea what to talk about for this vlog. It is pricey, it is, and I guarantee you it's worth it. I mean, he paid for it, he loved it, it's just, it is a little pricey. I actually got a really great discount on it, just because GameStop was doing this thing where if you bought 3 Nintendo Switches, you would get like, one of them for free basically, or half off or something like that. And then my brother was working at GameStop at the time, so he got a discount on top of that. So me and my 2 older brothers pooled our money together and basically got 3 Nintendo Switches for almost half the price on each of them. It was like maybe 5/8 of the price, and that's pretty awesome. And like, I love it. Like, I paid for it already. Like, it is my favorite console of all time, besides like all my Steam games that I have. As far as a console, easily my favorite console of all time. And I grew up with the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3. I've owned, the GameCube, the Nintendo Wii. Like, I've even, recently have owned, I already own the Super Nintendo, but I've recently owned the Nintendo 64, and I'm loving that it's getting all these ports. I'm loving that it's getting all these new games. I am super excited to see where it goes, and hopefully they won't update it too soon, because I just got this console, Nintendo. Please, for the love of God, do not release the Switch U just yet. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to me ramble for about 20 minutes. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below, please, what I should talk about in the next vlog. And I promise in these future vlogs, I will show my beautiful face while I talk. The only reason I've been doing these videos is because honestly, it takes a... I can be a good voice actor as far as I can make myself sound like I have a lot more energy than I look. But as far as an actor goes, sometimes it's a little tricky to get my hair working right and to get my face looking right because I look gosh dang tired because I'm exhausted because it is finals time here at college campus. I am about to graduate. I'm trying not to fail my classes and there's just a lot going on. So if you guys don't mind just, praying for me or wishing me luck or whatever you guys want to do. And you know what? Honestly, liking and commenting means much more to me than any of that. So, do that. But anyway, and sharing the video, way more important. Thank you guys for watching. Like and comment down below. Subscribe to stay calibrated. Hit the little bell icon if you want to know when other vlogs and other Let's Play videos come out. I promise I'll be back with Let's Play videos soon. Even though my time here at school has been extended a bit, I'm going to try to do some editing this next week, which by the time this video comes out, it'll actually be this week / last week. So hopefully videos will be coming out very soon. But anyway, in case they don't, I apologize. Thank y'all guys for being so patient. And thank you for the new subscribers. I don't know why y'all people still subscribe to me, even during my hiatuses, but y'all are wonderful. And until then, I'll see y'all in that next video. Bye everyone.